Hi YouTube. I'm a little sad today. It was super cold out last night and so windy our power went out. We do have wood heat, thank God, but my oldest son is out on the street and a minister in his town saw him, and I guess he isn't eating and he's not bathing and he looks just terrible, and he's mumbling to himself and something about bragging about not taking care of his children with the money that he does have. So yeah, I'm not doing too good on that extreme right now, and I was going to address this video to my granddaughters, and I decided against that. We weren't able to talk yesterday. We were going to, but they were pretty upset with the news that they heard about their father. They're heartbroken. So I decided just, well, I'll talk about it here. And that's one of my concerns too, about being careful what I say, because I'm actually just documenting my days and talking to my friends and any family that does listen. And if my sons live for their futures and my grandchildren's futures, that they can see me. So I don't know how long YouTube will let me be up here. I'm not valuable to them. I don't make them any money. And there's people that did make them money that their channels went down too. They were obviously saying the wrong things, or they had enough finances to go and make their own websites. And so I'm considering like Rumble or BitChute or even live on Facebook for my grandchildren or and people that are interested. If I can't let you know here, you know my name. If my channel's taken down, you might want to see how it's spelled if you want to follow me or continue to see what's going on as my friend, um, or loved one. I'm going to do my best to continue to talk um, about what I think is valuable to say in this world right now, um, that people need to hear, or the comfort that it would give them just hearing it and feeling the same way about things that I do. So um, I think Sean Baker, MD, his channel, he hasn't been on there, and usually he's up bright and early every morning and does, like 3 4 minute videos and whatnot. I misspoke in one of my last videos and said that he deadlifted like 380 or something like that. Shit, I can do that. But he deadlifts 510 repetitions. So that's pretty badass. Not quite sure I could do that. Four, maybe, because I can press four. So, um, and deadlift is a little bit easier than pressing. So I could probably do a little, maybe 4.5. I don't know. I haven't tried for a while, but I keep plenty strong. So even at my worst, I'm stronger than most people. So I don't know. But yeah, I hope you all are doing well. Like I said, I've been a little sad, and yeah, it was a bummer. I got my strikes against me, and yeah, I won't even talk about that anymore. If these people out there, if they're okay with putting other people's lives in jeopardy and harm's way, that's on them. There's something I can do about it anymore, you know? So, I mean, is it worth getting taken down entirely? Well, there was a time where YouTube used to be really fun, where the people that I was meeting, even with the trolls, that was no big deal. But the good people that I was meeting in my life, and finding out where they lived and the things they're interested in, whether it was the sky or the moon or um, the environment or whatever, those type, everything, recipes, whatever it may be. It was an awesome platform. But now it's not really to the point where they really want to hear anything out of a rational, loving human being. It's all um, like staged, and most people are interested in making money. Yes, I would love to make money if I could make money just off of talking, but I don't have a gimmick. You know, I don't want a gimmick. I just want to be me, and I want people to love me for who I am. And I figure if that's not good enough, I probably don't want them in my life anyway. So, um, yeah, you know. Then I heard somebody say that they would have no problem living alone or being alone in their lives. Somebody that had family around them their entire life. And I'm thinking, well, if you've never had family around you, you might think a little bit different on that, you know. Um, but that's that's the way that is. So you don't realize what you really have, or if you do, I don't know. I'm just saying, not having real parents is heartbreaking, and I understand what my grandchildren are going through, even with one parent missing in their life, because I never had a birthday that went by that I didn't wish that my real mother would contact me somehow. I thought, obviously, she knows my birthday and she knows who she gave me to, and but kids don't think rationally when they're little like that. But yeah, but yeah, um, being alone is not fun. Everybody craves affection, and even if you only got a hug from your mom once a year, that's something you had, or your dad, whatever, you know. You could look into the faces of your siblings and see yourself, that those little things to people don't realize what truly big things those are, you know. So, yeah. Ooh, freezing cold out, like I said, and I went out to give the kitties some cheese this morning. I chunked up this big blocks of cheese that we get in this old people box we get. We just call it old people food, whatever, to subsidize, food. And that's one thing that Doug brought up that a lot of people don't mention, that President Trump implemented. If you get any kind of food supplements or whatever, he increased the wages on people's food and their medical care. Well, Biden's kind of took that medical care thing away. Um, Doug had to buy his glasses where for like almost $400, where it used to be like a $20 bill, and you could have eye care um, as elderly or um, handicap or people in need, that type of thing. So that brings me back to my main subject today. People are dying out there, literally. I expect to get a phone call to hear that my oldest son died. Um, Maybe that's the wrong way to be thinking, but I just have this awful feeling. I mean, you can't be homeless out in these type of conditions, or even on drugs one way or another, whatever way. and he's had heart problems before, so it's like, from substance abuse. So, um, and yeah, he's unstable, big time, and that also substance abuse and trauma, and all I can do is pray about it. Um, there's certain things that a person can do, um, you know, and then there's other things that we're helpless and we have to put them in God's hands. And yeah, it's a little difficult to eat, drink, and be merry. Happy holidays and God bless the world when somebody that you raised that was so amazing, such an amazing little baby boy, intelligent, handsome, you know. Oh, and I had mentioned my oldest Luke has blue eyes and blonde hair, and my youngest one, Jonathan, has red hair and brown eyes, which is kind of unique. He's got my big brown eyes and red hair, and he's handsome too. And yeah, they're both very, very smart men. Well, they were smart. I don't know how smart they are right now, but yeah. I did write a letter to my youngest one. He's in a treatment center. I don't know if I told you. I might have. Hopefully, he said, his letter said that it was the hardest one, the most difficult one that he has been through so far. So I'm hoping that he'll never want to get back on any kind of substance, and um, because if you just want to kill yourself, walk out in front of a Mack truck or something, just do it, you know. I wasted a lot of sleepless nights helping my sons survive this world, not to see them throw their lives away. So, one good thing, and I am happy that it turned out this way. My daughter-in-law, um, I hope she's found love. She's serious about a man, and from what she says, he seems to be a keeper, and I hope it works out for her and that he's good around my grandchildren. And yeah, because nobody does want to be alone, you know, even in the worst of situations if you have somebody to talk to. But take it from me, a person that has gone years of her life, decades literally, without even a hug from another human being, and years without speaking to another human being. Being alone is not fun, and it will drive you mad. Not mad like angry, but sick inside, because human beings are not meant to be alone. So I don't know. We Our deal with trading our van. We have this aluminum van that looks like, like an ice cream truck almost. It's the second one we've had like that, and people love them. And this one guy, he is a chef. Him and his brother went to Cordon Bleu chef school, and they wanted the van, and he was going to trade his Nissan SE, which is a muscle car, for the van. Well, Doug said, well, don't even bring it over if there's anything wrong with it. And he's like, oh, no, no, it's perfect. It's perfect. And then pretty soon, well, he didn't have gas money to get over here. Or if he did, he wouldn't be able to get back. And Doug says, no problem. Truck's full of gas, ready to go. The van. Um, then it was like, well, then the suspension might be bad and this might be bad. And it's like, oh, okay. Then there's another thing. They live in Wisconsin, And here in Minnesota, we keep our license plates or I mean, the license plates go with the vehicle unless they're collector plates. Um, they go with the vehicle if they're just regular plates, but in Wisconsin, they take the plates with them. So if you don't have, like I told Doug, I said, just have them go right into the license center with you and have it changed over right then and there. Otherwise, he could have took our vehicle and we would never get a copy of the title or whatever and wouldn't be able to get it on the street and it would just be a piece of junk. Well, it was half wore out as far as we could tell anyway. Our vehicle was worth far more. And we would have even worked with the guy and, made like even more deals with him if he had been honest from the beginning. But what he could have done is took our vehicle and screwed us over. And if his vehicle was stolen, we wouldn't have known it right away. And if he took the plates, and so Doug said, well, the one thing about that is, I'll just have him send a picture of the title to make sure it's in his name. I said, yeah, that's a good idea. That is. But then we've just come down to this fact. We're not ever trading or dealing or buying any vehicles from Wisconsin ever again because we've got burnt in the past. So it's like, yeah, that's enough of that. But we really would have worked with the guy, even if he got over here and the vehicle wasn't what he said it was. Maybe even let him make payments on the van, or we've done things like that, like you get the title when you're done. But he was shady about it, so that was his loss. So just
Mr. Owens called
just
me
a
up.
minute. Oh, really?
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm on. But go ahead, just real quick. Tell me,
Mr. Owens called me up.
Corey,
Didn't even,
Joe.
Joe,
Oh,
I didn't even recognize his voice.
oh, okay.
He says, what are you doing? Still got your head up your ass? I said, who in the hell is this?
Okay, okay.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
Seen him since spring. I seen him.
Uh, an old friend of Doug's, he just told me he called, asked Doug if he still had his head up his rear. Nice guy. Not. Yeah, no. I never really even liked the guy. He came over here one time with his Corvette. He's got a 77 Corvette. And these guys like trying to impress me in front of my husband. It's like, you freaking weirdo. I'm not impressed. I don't like it. I don't, I pretty much, well, they had a dog that we took because she was overbred and she had a disease and they were going to kill her. I mean, this poor dog didn't even have a dog house or anything. And I said something to him about, yeah, you can take care of your car, but you can't take care of a dying animal, that's something. I can't remember. And then he gave me a dirty look and I walked away. It's like, that's just the way I am, you know. But yeah, so I wouldn't call him a friend. I would call him more of a leech. And I'm pretty sure he's affiliated with the Masons. And now I wonder what the hell he wanted because there's no way he would call here unless he wanted something. It's not somebody that even calls once a year or anything. And Doug used to work for his son in a shop that the dad owned, but the son ran. Um, Doug quit there. It was really bad place to work. So that was when Doug wanted to keep health insurance and pay for his child support, and he still had a little bit of that. One time, he had so much child support taken out of his check, and with taxes and everything else, he literally had like 25 bucks or 25 cents. I can't remember what it was. He whipped the check across the room. It was like, good thing I was working, because there's a lot of times I did keep our place and keep them fed. And we worked together. We worked hard to make things go around, you know. So yeah, or go to work hungry. That's hard. I'm sure some of you have done that, you know. Or in shoes that hurt. That's a big one right there. Old shoes, you know. If you do a lot of walking on your job, oh man. Even when I got out of the hospitals, I would try and buy Nursemates brand of shoes. They got two little hearts on them, or some had either a blue heart or a red or a pink one. But I would try and buy, and they're usually leather. But yeah, Nursemate brand shoes are phenomenal. So, but they're a little spendy, but they last for a long, long time. So, yeah, I would even get them even if I wasn't working in a hospital because, like I say, excellent, excellent footwear. If some of you are still working out there and want a really good pair of shoes, I'd recommend them. So, yeah. Another good thing is to have two sets of really good shoes and alternate. Like, don't wear the same ones every day and let them kind of air out. And, you know, and I wash leather shoes. I've done that a lot. I just wash them and then oil them. Um, Maybe you don't want to do that. It takes a lot of time to recondition the leather once it's been wet and it starts to dry and then it wants to shrink. So then you have to have like shoe stretchers and different things to keep it from, or keep them on your feet as they're drying. I did that once. Yeah, it wasn't very pleasant, but it did work, you know. Or if you have shoes that pinch a little bit in their leather, you can get them wet and then put them on and they'll stretch a little bit. That'll help. So maybe. Ah, what do I know? I know nothing. I don't know anything anymore. You know, the older I get, the less I know. Yeah, it seems so. Yeah, there's just people out there that are more driven about all I want is a tiny little cabin by the water and to be left alone, not totally alone with no people in my life, but I mean as far as not being harassed or anything like that, you know. And a nice car to drive. Not a whole lot to ask in this world. And there's enough riches in this world that everybody could do that, and we could share with the skills that we have, you know. It's like yesterday, I made two giant loaves of bread. I mean, big, and they're really good too. So I can bake bread and save your life. How about that? I can actually even do surgery if I had to. I'm not a surgeon, I'm not a medical doctor, but I was able to take the stomach lining out of a frog, and a frog's skin is similar to a human being's, only more fragile. And I was able to take some of the fatty tissue off the stomach lining and suture it back up. And my frog lived the longest in my biology class. So if I had to put sutures in somebody or do something, I mean, I would be able to do it. I wouldn't want to do it, but I could do it. But yeah, I have quite a few real skills going on in my head, plus a vast knowledge of language and the Bible. Yeah, I don't memorize the scriptures like some of these freaks, and I don't need to sit here and open a Bible and prove to you I have God in my heart. Y'all just know it if you're watching me. And to interpret it, I can. and I did. And then I had major help on top of that, but I was picked to be helped like that because it came natural to me. So someday somebody's going to hear me out there and they're just going to find great value in what I'm saying. I don't know when or how or why. I know that Doug is grateful I've helped him like that. So maybe, maybe more people will start listening to me and I'll make a whole bunch more friends and someday we can gather up and sing around the bonfire and make s'mores and have a beer or a doobie or whatever you do, or a cup of coffee, or you know, or just spend time together, being grateful that we have good friends. That's my ulterior motive. It was, I first got out here, I was looking for a minister to directly talk to Doug because his brain has a lot to do with what's going on in the world currently. Whether people believe me or not, it's a fact. So it's kind of important, but nobody seems to think so because their importance is by far outweighing what I'm trying to say. Fucking idiots. Yeah, you're stupid. Play your games, read your scriptures, and keep misleading people with your lies because it's not going to get you anywhere. Because you really have no willpower, and that's pretty obvious. When people do things that I know I'd never do in a million years, and then they try and paint me in the same picture, it's like, see ya, bye, idiots. You know, that does make me sick. You know, it's like, oh, I'm going to do this, or this is how you do that. It's like, oh, really? Huh. I kind of knew that when I was about 10, you know? So, I'm not kidding. You know? Really? So, it's kind of like I have a feeling with my granddaughters, their childhood is gone. And once your childhood is gone, you're pretty much grown up, you know? When all the laffy taffy stuff is gone, might take you decades to get your smile back, but you'll do it. My grandgirls will. I know that. So they're just too sweet not to do that. Too intelligent. So probably because don't take no offense if you're a guy, or go ahead. I think girls are smarter, and it's not because of what anybody has between their legs or anything else. It's because we're made to be mothers and we have to carry a certain message from God for our offsprings. And that outweighs any of the man crap on this planet. And if every single man were to drop off the face of the planet, I know God would help us carry on through a female's genes because, yes, we are the mothers, you know. So I don't care who thinks what. I'm just saying what's on my mind today. My feelings have been hurt too about as far as they can go, and I've stood by a lot of people that wouldn't even give me the time of day. So and that's a fact. So anyway, but then on the other hand too, I've met a lot of really nice people. So the gentlemen that watch my channel and appreciate my open, honest insight and love that I have for people. Um, Thank you for being here. And to the ladies that you're precious to me. You really have no idea. Meeting other women in this world that have tender hearts and aren't afraid to express that, how precious you truly are, because there's so many bitches out there that could care less. And to me, that is about the most unfeminine, satanic thing going on in the world is a grody woman, you know. The men, psh, whatever. But a woman being like that, it's unforgivable to me. And I don't care. Once again, I really don't care who thinks what, because I'm not coming together with these stupid bitches ever. Keep them the fuck away from me. And for the ones that aren't, hey, you're welcome here anytime. You need me, I'm here. I'm serious. You can knock on my door and I'll bring you right in and help you with whatever I can at any moment. And for the guys with God in your heart, too, I would stand up to Doug and just about fight him to help somebody that has God in their heart. That's a fact. That's who I am. So just keep that in mind. I'm not playing out here. And if YouTube doesn't find value in my content, and if you don't want to like and or comment or share and help my word get out there, then I'm not of value to you either. So that's all I got to say. But I'm still doing it baseline. Hopefully, someday my kids will see my diary. And for myself in the present time, for the ones that truly are my friends, I am really grateful you are. And I love you. Thank you for being here. I'll talk to you soon. Hopefully, hopefully, I can stay on this platform. Hopefully, more people will start talking to me. And I have a feeling someday they will. So, all right. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Have a good night or day wherever you're at.